Welcome, Love Tribe. So good to be with you again. You've made it to our bi-weekly Satsang. We are Lucid Love, and it's such a pleasure to be with you tonight. Let us go ahead and begin. Welcome to Satsang. If this is your first time visiting us and you're curious about the Mask of Union, the Circle of Unity, or the Love Tribe, please investigate our first Satsang sharing or the Invitation to Satsang video shared previously. As is our current practice, during this live satsang, we will open with a message from the heart, share a story, and then enter the questions segment of satsang. Following the questions, we invite everyone to do a heart's blessing with us, sending light out to the different areas of the world in need of love. After this practice, we will end satsang with a better than before practice, after which we will extinguish the candle, remove the mask, exiting satsang for a short dance session, of which all are participate to shake off the energy of the gathering and to move into a higher vibration. Let us begin with tonight's heart message. You are a glorious, always unfolding masterpiece. Within you is everything you need to become radiant like the sun, beautiful like the flower, unconditionally loving like the earth. Follow your heart. Permit none to close you in or box you in, and allow your highest self to unfold as you decide. We have a short story to share that resonates with tonight's heart message. The Lotus Blossom, a tale of beauty and transformation. Once upon a time, in a distant land, there was a small pond where a beautiful lotus flower grew. The lotus flower was admired by all the creatures in the pond for its vibrant pink petals and the sweet fragrance it emitted. It was a symbol of beauty and grace. One day, a group of frogs hopped over to the pond and noticed the lotus flower. They were so fascinated by its beauty that they could not stop staring at it. They began to gather around the flower and gawk at it all day long. The lotus felt flattered at first, as it had never received so much attention before. But as days passed, the frog's constant attention started to feel suffocating. They were so fixated on the lotus that they wouldn't let it breathe or grow, blocking it in, preventing it from becoming its truest self. The lotus realized that it needed to break free from the frog's obsession and find its own path. So one day, it decided to dance and unfold its true self. It spread its petals wide open and released a beautiful fragrance that filled the air. The frogs were taken aback by the lotus' sudden shift and transformation. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. They had thought the lotus already amazing, and shocked it could become even more. They backed up in awe. The lotus continued to grow and bloom, and soon other creatures in the pond started to dance in its radiance. Dragonflies and butterflies came to the lotus to sip its nectar, and fish swam around it in circles, admiring its beauty. The frogs realized their mistake and apologized to the lotus for their obsession. They had been so caught up in their own desires that they had forgot to appreciate the lotus's natural beauty. A beauty that was meant to shine on all, not just them. From that day on, they gave the lotus space and allowed it to grow and thrive in its own way. The lotus flower continued to bloom in the pond, its pink petals shining in the sun. It had found its own path and had grown even more beautiful than before. It was a symbol of transformation and resilience, showing that, even in the face of adversity, one can still flourish and grow. From the murky, dark floors of the pond to its full bloom dancing with the sun. The creatures in the pond admired the lotus for its beauty and wisdom. They knew that the lotus had gone through its own journey of self-discovery and had emerged even more beautiful and radiant than before. It was a reminder to all to stay true to themselves and to let their natural beauty shine through. To not get caught in the expectations of others. To never allow another to prevent them from flowering their heart to their best self. What a beautiful heart's message and story. Know that none can put limits on you unless you give away your power. You are perfect. You are resilient. You are infinite. If you find yourself being boxed in, smile, love yourself, know yourself, love them, and dance until you find the space to unfold the beautiful masterpiece that you are. let us move forward into the questions segment. We have 10 questions for tonight's Satsang. Our first question this evening: what is evolution? What is evolution? The word symbol known as evolution represents growth and expansion at its core. Starting with the definition, it is the gradual development of something, or a pattern of movements, or in mathematics, the extraction of a root. Yet we find this definition to be true outside of mathematics as well. We all know the Darwinian theory of evolution that encompasses survival of the fittest and adaptation of the physical. We would like to instead focus on the evolution of the mind from a unity and spiritual perspective. From the perspective of unity, of releasing separation and returning to unity, evolution is the growth from the animalistic consciousness to the divine consciousness. From the definition, the development of mind, or the extraction of the root, which is the animalistic consciousness for the unfolding of divinity of which we each are. To move from borders, races, walls, and warfare to one earth, one people, openness, and peace. To transform from ancient hate into modern love. To travel the road of fear and condemnation, self and external condemnation, to the avenue of universal safety, abundance, and acceptance of all. To aid in transforming a world of hate into a world of love, to awaken to the truth that we do not have to keep reliving the transgressions of our ancestors, nor continue to carry their suffering forward. Whether it be slavery or religious war or modern politics and the perception of power and control, we can forgive it for our ancestors and for ourselves. We can release them and us, rewriting the age-old story of suffering and changing it into love. Coming together in unity and peace to heal ourselves through forgiveness and release, and then to do so for the world, to evolve our world into a home of safety where newborn children are brought in and taught and shown by example that safety and love is everywhere they look, that home is all places with everyone, loved by everyone by our example. To evolve to the divine mind, which says to all, no matter what has happened before, I forgive us. I choose peace and prosperity for all. I choose to release a world of fear and leave what is behind us, so we can move forward in unity rather than separation. And from that place, true evolution begins for our species, as one people will grow and create and invent and expand at a pace that is impossible in a world of separate people, separate resources, separate families, separate countries. In a world of unity, unfathomable growth and prosperity beyond what the separated mind could ever accomplish will become commonplace. How can I find my life purpose? How can I find my life purpose? A life purpose is at its root happiness and joyful expansion. To dance joyfully and blissfully through eternal creation. To find one's highest joy and focus upon it. Finding one's purpose in life begins by truly becoming love. To forgive oneself and love oneself without any external grasping. When one is joyful, when one is loving, no matter the external variables, they find themselves inheriting a natural guidance system that becomes attuned to those things which help them to walk in lockstep to their highest path. Synchronicities abound, and every day is a beautiful new experience. One must, however, release the burdens of the past and choose their happiness. And from this space, one's purpose and path begins to naturally unfold. For when focusing on what brings one joy, more and more of it becomes visible. And without exception, all of us want joy, all of us want peace, and all of us want love. This question may appear to be, what do I do with myself externally? In the sense of, what can I do to find what I do externally to fulfill myself? But the truth is, it is an internal pathway to finding one's highest joy and life purpose. Become joy, and joy is everywhere. Choose to serve yourself in love, and you will naturally find a way to serve the world in love. And all the joy and peace you emit will uplift all you encounter. Question 3. How can I not get caught in hate? How can I not get caught in hate? We can look at this from two perspectives, which in truth are a single perspective. One may feel that they hate themselves, and one may feel that they are hated by others. In reality, the experience of hate that we all feel are all experiences that unfold within, no matter where they appear to manifest. Meaning, if one does not condemn themselves, they cannot be condemned by another, nor be touched by condemnation in any form. To not get caught in hate is to know thyself and love thyself unconditionally. To not get caught in the mind stuff, which leads to the experience of hate. From a place of total acceptance, total forgiveness, total love, what we call hate has no place to catch on. There are no rugged edges for it to get its gritty fingers underneath. And from this place of self-love, there is only love to give. If you get squeezed, the only thing that comes out is love. Hate simply does not exist in this place. No external hate can get in because it is acknowledged for what it is, not yours, because you are love. If someone gives you a gift and you do not accept it, what happens to the gift? They keep it. And it is the same with hate and negativity. Blessings. What is an easy way to begin meditation? What is an easy way to begin meditation? The easiest format to begin the path to one-pointedness of mind, which is true meditation. True meditation is to train and condition the mind to only focus on one object of choice. To be able to actively eliminate the chatter of the uncontrolled carnal mind through focused intention. To develop the divine mind through intention. To begin the path of training towards meditation as simple as possible. Pathways include simply closing the eyes, following the breath for 5 to 10 to 15 minutes per day. We like to suggest first thing in the morning, as if this single action that you are about to partake upon ensures the safety of the world. This 5 minutes that you do each morning is saving the world. You're a hero. So you sit up first thing in the morning before the mind really gets to shift into that chatter gear. You sit up, you close the eyes, you place a hand on the abdomen, and choose to intentionally follow the breath, following the flow in and out of the body, and the sensation of the rising and the falling of the abdomen. Even if it is only for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however many minutes feels good to you. If the mind wanders, bring it back to the rising and falling, to the in and out of the breath. This space gives the mind a moment to be free of all of its chatter, and over time it begins to realize how peaceful that space truly is, how freeing. And this is a wonderful place to begin easily and simply the pathway of meditation without hesitation. Try it today. Try it tomorrow. First thing when you wake up. Close the eyes. Touch the belly. Focus on the breath. Keep your mind focused on the breath. Give it space. Give it space. In and out. Up and down. Thank you. What are your thoughts on space travel and planetary expansion? We do love such interesting questions. Our knowing is that this is a futile utilization of our resources in the present situation of our world. To focus on this before we meet a certain level of unity will do much more harm than benefit, and those it benefits will be minuscule in relation to the masses that would benefit from a shift in perspective today. For us to be using resources to build big tin cans that are inherently useless to our current needs is neglectful. We have a fully sustainable planet here and now, and we should master it before we even consider trying to master other areas for terraforming. In this sense, if we do not sustain and stabilize this planet and all its people, the non-sustaining, being, and unstable foundation that we have today will follow us anywhere we may go in the future. We do not need to be running from ourselves. We should be healing ourselves and coming together in unity. We have children starving and people suffering. Unreasonable hoarding, to an extreme degree unreasonable hoarding of resources for personal pleasure, which would still exist without the hoarding of these resources, including the human resource. Slavery still exists. It needs to be healed. Rather, if we use these resources to feed people, and if we applied the brilliant minds in this space to help stabilize and ensure sustainability on this planet, our ability and longevity to truly become a spacefaring species will increase exponentially. Space travel and new places will come in time, and it will become to us much, much more quicker if we can get to a place of unity and sustainability and work from that place, rather than a place where leaders are acting like children trying to become king of the hill on a playground, and they are ready to dispose of at a moment's notice life. They are willing to dispose of children. They are willing to dispose of families. They are willing to dispose of people. And at a moment's notice, sending our children, our family, to the proverbial slaughterhouse of warfare. When our leaders, and us the people, truly serve each other and humanity, and not corporations and their personal whims, or the silly concept of paper slips as our value system, in the sense that so many are willing to expend and destroy life in exchange for paper slips, to inflict and accept suffering in return for what is always eternally here. Life is always eternally here. Food is always eternally here. No corporation has ever made food grow. For no corporation has been here the billions of years that our wonderful garden has, our wonderful earth. And no currency has seen what our earth has. For no country has either. They are so young in comparison to our eternal garden. Yet we have seemingly non-ending vessels under 100 years old laying claim to the billion-year-old garden. And all we can say is it's an interesting stage in our evolution. It's an interesting stage in our learning. And to fight over what is given freely to all is simply not the way. When we come together in unity and we resolve all of our conflicts, then the discoveries that we do not even know exist at this point in time will reveal themselves, and we will evolve into a species capable of truly unfolding space travel and planetary expansion. But first, we must feed the children and stop warfare and suffering in all of its unnecessary forms. And all of its forms are unnecessary, we promise you. Why and how do we get back to nature? Why and how do we get back to nature? We see you trying to sneak in 2 questions here. Let's do one at a time. Why should we get back to nature? Well, nature is your home, your birthplace. It's your birthright. Nature is a great space of peace, and it is always calling for us to return and be one with it. Animals, insects, fish, and so forth, all of life is our family, a part of us, and we a part of it. And we by nature seek to be with our family. A big reason why the space to find peace of mind that the outdoors provides is an opportunity to explore the always regenerating and always giving eternal world of the green life of which we are. To feel the warmth of the sun and the grounding of Mother Earth rather than the darkness of a box or a bedroom. To see the life dancing and joy experienced by endless expressions of consciousness, from the squirrel jumping in the trees to the butterfly dancing with the flowers and all the other beautiful expressions of life. To witness life and joy in life. To see a spider spin a web anywhere, for everywhere is its home. It is teaching us. Nature is our teacher. To hear a cricket sing in midnight melodies in appreciation for the experience of simply being. The bird singing to the rising sun. The space of nature allows us to remember that nature is what we came here to do. And doing nature means loving unconditionally, singing our song, and finding our joy, and then sharing it with others. How do we get back to nature? Take a walk. Take a trip. Find fresh air. Put your bare feet on the ground. Dance with the flowers. Jump with the frogs. Roll with the roly-polies. Hop with grasshoppers. Troll with moths. Swim with turtles. Any path available to you is perfect. Question 8. You mentioned previously finding a guru in a cricket. Could you elaborate on this? You mentioned previously finding a guru in a cricket. Could you elaborate on this? We try to keep personal revelations personal simply because until one opens the heart and mind to their own revelations, the sharing can turn one off rather than turn them on. In a sense, engaging skepticism rather than a desire to explore. In this space where we are here and now, if you are here with us, we must assume your intention is to explore, that you will leave skepticism at the door to this place. This specific meeting of which you inquire, or darshan, was with the spirit which in form many know as Neem Karoli Baba or Maharaji, Ram Das's living guru. In a night of meditation and in a space of non-separation, the spirit joined us in the form of a spider. We experienced their presence and communication from the heart space within them and within us as one. A moment later, we were joined by a cricket that was emitting the spirit of Hanuman, of which also Maharaji emitted strongly. Sharing a food offering, sharing love energetically, we enjoyed each other's grace in space and time. They have both guided our personal evolution and collective evolution, as well as many other gurus have, of spirit through different forms. In our knowing, all life essence that has ever been here is still here with itself during its future evolutions of self. What is the purpose of the body? What is the purpose of the body? As we see it, it is for the purpose the individual ascribes to it. For its purpose is for the evolution of the individual mind, which is a shared fraction of the collective or one mind. It is a gift, a miracle, that can be purposed for joy and bliss or hate and anger. It can be purposed to walk, run, jump, dive, to share or to herd, to love or to fear, to build or to destroy, as is necessary for the individual evolution, or teachings, or trainings. As it is, at its core, it is an instrument to experience the unfolding of physical reality and creation, another evolution of the spirit, and to permit communication for such purposes. It, in truth, is the greatest gift you have yet to give yourself in the journey of eternal expansion, and it will allow you to uncover mysteries and gifts you have sprinkled through space-time for our eternal joy and highest happiness. Question 10. What is love? What is love? You are love. And love is infinite. It is innocence. It is acceptance. Love is the light of the newborn, which we each arrive here as, and which continues to be the only essence permitted into the Garden of Eden. Pure love, pure innocence, pure acceptance. No other essence is permitted into the Garden of Eden. That light is always with us, always. Perhaps muddled by the experiences of evolution through expansion within the garden as we eternally evolve, grow, expand, learn. Yet it is always there, ready at a moment's notice to shine through after a quick rinsing with forgiveness and release. That is the end of our question segments. It would appear we do not have any inquiries through the comment section of this sharing. So, if you will, we will move forward into our heart's blessing for this night. Tonight's heart blessing is for those who have suffered and fought in warfare, those who have sacrificed themselves for others. Our blessing tonight is that we love them and hold them in our heart's light, to have gratitude for their sacrifice, to forgive those who sent them to war, as well as those that suffered on all sides, to hold space in our hearts for a world of peace in which no child should be without, no child to grow up to fight and suffer, to fear and attack. Let us hold those who have suffered so that we may see the tragedy and suffering that warfare is, so that in the perception of love for all, future generations may come into this world never knowing the anguish of war. If you are willing, place a hand over the heart, physical or astral. Close the eyes, if accessible, and join us in the mind's eye, picturing a soldier, tough, strong, rugged, ready. See that he fights for love. See that he fights for safety. See that he is a child simply trying to ensure his fellow children are safe. See the love in their heart. See that this outlet of being a soldier in a government's military is the best way they could serve, to help, to keep safe, to love. See their desire for peace in their heart. See the light of the newborn of which they are in their heart. See this same light and love in the leaders of soldiers, presidents, kings, chieftains, tribe leaders, who all through time were simply trying to ensure safety and survival of people. Hold them all in forgiveness and release them from their suffering. Send a blessing of words in your mind to anyone in your life, or simply the concept of a soldier, of someone that has fought in the name of safety for people. Thank them. Love them. Let them know it is okay. Let them know it never has to come back again. Let them know we see them. Bask them now in loving light. Thank you for your light. Thank you for your sharing of your light and love. You are seen. You are appreciated. You are wonderful. A short, better than before segment. Our better than before for this satsang is a continuance from our last satsang into Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, or the eight-limbed wheel of yoga. This pathway has been a reliable path to liberation and enlightenment, also known as the release of burdens for ourselves and many others on the path. And we wish to share it as a potential for you to do the same. The first limb we covered previously were yama. These are basic ways of being in the world and how we interact with the world around us. It included the 5 following principles: non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, moderation, non-greed, or non-possessiveness. The second limb of Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga is niyama, which, similar to yama yet polar, are ways of being externally. Niyama are ways of being internally. The niyamas include purity, contentment, self-discipline, self-study, and devotion to a higher power. These ways of being internally, combined with the ways of being externally in the yamas, combine powerfully to build a foundation for an individual's revolution, at a level rarely touched in modern society, yet available to all who reach for it, if desired. If you would like us to expand more on these concepts, or share more about Patanjali's Ashtanga pathway to unity, please reach out and we will happily share resources. Otherwise, feel free to do some research on these 2 foundations, yama and niyama, for they will serve all without constriction, no matter your denomination, race, or otherwise. Blessings and joy to your continued evolution, no matter which pathway you follow. Dear family, we have come to the end of our satsang. It has been a blessing visiting with you tonight. We will now extinguish the candle, take off the mask, and move into a Bhakti moment to shift our vibration. Thank you for joining us this weekend, dear family. If you would like, you are invited to join us in a short dancing segment to raise your vibration. Tonight will be more of a slower moving dance. This is an oldie, but a very, very goodie. Something we love to share during end of yoga class when we present. Long Time Sun.
Shine upon surround I'm the pure within, guide your will, guide your will. May the long time sun shine upon surround you. I'm the pure within, guide May the long time sun shine upon surround you. I'm the pure light within, guide your way, guide your way, guide your
When too much work bogs you down, asana?
Thank you, family, for being here tonight. It has been our pleasure to hold this space with you. Blessings, peace, love, joy eternally to you. Until next time.